everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to take a live esoteric cloud ride so your spirit can reach wider and wiser spaces, so you can have wider and wiser perspectives about your circumstances. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, a whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. Check the links in the description down below to check more of mine and my beautiful partners' content as well. So, here we are, ready to talk today about Moon in Pisces, Sun in Capricorn. What does that mean for us? That means that we are paying attention or acting or expressing new ways to be or look or feel, but it's not really feeling like a deep feeling. It's more like your mind can be calm about your current or slightly ahead into the future situations. That's when I say feel secure, because you might be doing something that is not securing you, but because it's new, aka Capricorn, cardinal Earth, new stability, new Earth, because it's new, you are not still fully aware of all the ins and outs, possibilities and outcomes of that circumstance. Okay, so it might feel stable, it might look stable, but it might not be. But whatever, right? Sun in Capricorn, paying attention, acting, expressing, and seeing the world and others around it in new, creative, innovative ways to be stable, or to look or to feel stable, structured, profitable, and efficient in your life. And Moon in Pisces, reacting and responding to our dreams, illusions, imaginations, deep spiritual connections, deep spiritual awareness, wisdom, and knowledge. And what do I mean by spiritual connection? Because sometimes you might not even know a person, or know very well, know very deeply, but you guys share a desire, or you guys share a deep feeling that manifests into similar circumstances in your life, right? You guys are spiritually connected because your spirit is following or using, or it's in the same or in a very, 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 very similar desire, okay? By the way, type exclamation mark Discord on the chat to reach my Discord server, and type exclamation mark donate to me. Let's go. Just communicating here on the Discord. So you can create a new way, a new idea, or really get into do it to be stable, that comes out of you reacting to yours or others, because Moon in Pisces, mutable water, okay? So creating a new circumstance out of your reaction to your own and others' dreams, illusions, and imaginations. If you are focused on your own path, or if you pay more attention to your own path, it's actually very valuable, this alignment, because it's an opportunity to go into your spiritual background, go into your spiritual database, go into your spiritual library, aka all the possibilities that you have already uncovered, all the capabilities, all the wisdom, all the knowledge, all the memories, all the membranes that you have done or that you once envisioned but wasn't able to accomplish. You can have access to that, spiritually speaking, and then physically speaking, you can bring them down, or you can bring them into reality in a new, original, unique, individual, aka spiritual way but also profitable, efficient, structured, safe, secure, and most importantly, private. Okay? There is many videos out there called don't share your dreams, or be careful to not steal your dreams. And I'm speaking about dreams as in goals, as in objectives, not as in dreams when you go to sleep. But that's very important, okay? That's because many times when you really have a dream, it's really close to your spirit, really close. So if others know about it, if others can feel that space for you, they can lead you in the wrong way, they can manipulate you, they can over strategize around you and make you feel like you are fulfilling your dream, but you might be only fulfilling their own dream. Okay? And that's what can happen with this alignment. You take this opportunity, but you are not focused on yourself and in your purpose. You'll just get scattered like Pisces and connect like water and bring new situations to that connection and emotional association. And you should be bringing your dream down to reality. So if you have a dream, comment in the comments down below. If you are working on your dream, leave a like and drop a comment in the comment section down below. If you are working on your dream and already successful, drop a like, drop a comment, and drop a donation. Let's go, because we gotta help each other. That's how we created the world, right? By helping each other, or by agreeing an agreement, right? We agreed. That's why people that want too much are called greedy, because they forgot that we all agreed, and they are taking more to themselves than what they actually agreed. So they don't have a greed, they don't have a part, they have all the part, all the greed. I just made this in the moment. I just made this realization right now. Okay? And then, second but not least, if you want a different world, if you want a better, more fun, but still serious, more exciting and creative, but still working and sufficient world, you gotta support people like me and my beautiful partner. Okay? LinkTrees in the description down below. Exclamation mark donate and get the support rolling, because many people think that money is something that rich people have in the bank, invested away in a stock market or whatever. But money is liquidity, actually. I was about to make a metaphor, but it's a literal term for money is liquidity, fluidity, currency. What else has currents? The ocean, which is water, right? So you gotta know how to put yourself in the right space, right time, okay? But that starts spiritually. You have certain people that they think God put them in a certain place, but it was just another person with their own agenda, and they saw that celebrity with no agenda, and they're like, let me use that person's image, influence, power, or creativity, and let's put them in the middle of this river, okay, the flow of money, attention, and power, and they will catch a lot of fish for me, aka other spirits or resources, ideas, fears, because, and that's a video I'm working on right now, they don't control the world, okay? They, whatever you want to call it, the government, the Illuminati, whatever, it doesn't matter who they are. What matters is what and how they're doing. What matters is their intention and the witchcraft, aka stories, dramas that they tell you, that they make you believe they control the world. But no, because like I said, we all created this world together. So we all control the world. But right now, if and for some long time, right, not long, but some time now, they, a specific group of spirits, they have more resources, physically speaking. So it looks like they run the world. But if there is no people, and I say this a lot, if there is no people working on the factories, their system does not work. If there is no people going to the police station, working as a policeman, the system doesn't work. If there is no people going to those schools to teach, going to those hospitals to work, there is no world or advanced world or sophisticated world. Okay? And everybody that is not in the shadow government or in my side, okay, taking your power back and creating even more power, if you are not either on these sides, you are in the fence. And you have to realize that without you, specifically speaking, you might not feel very important. But at least you can be a part of something. And that's already very powerful because that's how we created the world. Ain't no spirit creating worlds by themselves. Okay? Some spirits cannot even create a mentality, the first vessel, by themselves. Some spirits need help to be aware of themselves. And that's why you have a lot of lost spirits provoking chaos, provoking havoc, harming others. So they basically want others to repress them. Basically, they want others to be, hey, you are doing this, because they cannot see themselves, so they need help from other spirits to be aware of themselves. But usually, a true spirit is more focused on their own business than on somebody else's shit. So they need to force it. And that's another thing, which is many people say, oh, I pray to my ancestors. My ancestors, they are in the 6th dimension and they are helping me evolve. No, bitch. No. A true spirit is more focused on their own business than on somebody else's business. And if those spirits are in the 6th dimension, they got a lot of shit to do. A lot. They have no time to be worrying about your weak ass that needs their help to do something in life. Real ancestors are spirits that they have done what you want to do or similar to what you want to do. It is not spirits or people that came from the same location as you. It's not because you came from Africa that your ancestors, spiritually speaking, spiritually, the real ones, they are not the people that are born out of your land as well. No, they are spirits that they saw the world in a similar way as you. They hated certain parts of the world as you did. They wanted to change certain parts of the world as you want right now. Those are your true ancestors, not your grandma. Grandma, weak as hell grandma, believing in Christianity, didn't change shit. She ain't my ancestor. You know what I'm saying? Now, and I liked my grandma. I'm not saying she was a demon or whatever, but she wasn't my ancestor. What does ancestor means? Right? In Portuguese, the word before is antes. Okay? Antes. Ancestor. Antes. That came before. Ancestor. Thor means creator. Right? Even though the god Thor. Okay? Lightning. New ideas. Lightning bulb. So if your ancestors was not creating the same ideas, feelings, scenarios, outcome as you are or you want to, they are not the ones that created similar things in the past as you did. So your ancestor is not your grandma. It might be, but it's not because it's your grandma. It's the other way around. Most likely, your grandma is your grandma. Not most likely, for sure. If your grandma is your ancestor, it's because, spiritually speaking, you guys came from very close spaces. You guys came at these agglomerated of spirits in the same alignment. You saw things in a similar way. Okay? But enough of Moon in Pisces rambling all these spiritual gems. All this is some real knowledge that makes real sense, right? And the thing is, because I have some Aquarius energy, I can put this into real plane, and then I have the words to back it up. But you don't need the words. I just choose to use it like ancestor. That means somebody that created shit before you, right? I just use it so it's easier to relate. But you don't need to, okay? Because your grandma, she's not really caring for you as a spirit, okay? Because most times your grandparents, they were lost in some lower desires, so they are busy themselves trying to get out of that and create a better vision for themselves. So literally they don't give a fuck about you because they can't. They have other shit to do. You are on a different level, on a different angle, different angel. Alright? But we already talked about the sun in Capricorn. We already talked about the moon in Pisces. So let's take one tarot card for today's energy. I did make a reading today live on Instagram. So use the link tree on the description down below to go and check that reading. So Mercury then Capricorn, thinking, communicating and analyzing in new, fresh, stable, limiting and pressing, but in a containing way. That's what I want to say. Sun in Capricorn, thinking and communicating about the things that we pay attention to, that we want to act and express on. And Moon in Pisces, sextiling these two things, an opportunity to speak about our feelings in a more real and unique way, and a gift to see our dreams in new physicals, or not a gift, an opportunity to see the sun, the moon, our dreams in new circumstances, either in your mind or in the real world. So let's see. We can pull out 3 cards for the, and that's another video, bro. a lot of ideas. I've been writing them down, only the real big ones, because as a most air sign, you gotta know that many of your ideas are not that great. If you were a fire sign, perhaps, okay, because got that in more intention, comes from way more from the primordial forge, right? The air signs, hi, sometimes we think that idea is really really good and it's not really that good. It's just an idea that we related with. But I was talking about that. I was talking about your ancestors, tarot cards. That when people make tarot readings or readings in general for the collective, they don't even know what are they trying to channel. Because I don't channel what they are trying to channel. So when they do a reading for the collective, they can't do, you cannot, as a singular spirit with some spirits helping you, you cannot be aware of all the spirits in this realm experiences, right? But if you know that we are all living in a being, in a planet, in the same star, we share things in common. We share ideas, intentions, way of being, way of acting, way of feeling, fears, insecurities, we share, right? That's what we call subconscious patterns, and that's heavily connected with Neptune. But we came here together for a reason, right? That's a fact. We are here together, that's a fact. And there is a reason behind that, that's a fact, right? So, if you can understand that reason, aka what is behind that reason, a spirit, a creator, okay? If you can understand the space where that creator is coming from, aka if you can read the spirit, the space where we are all living right now, you can have a general idea of the big influences that will influence everybody. And that's what we call a collective reading, when you are reading the space that we are living in right now. When you are reading the spirit that created the being that we are living in right now. And the shit goes deep because inside of you, you got many beings living inside of you, right? Blood cells, white cells, nervous cells, stomach cells, liver cells, eye cells, many different beings living inside of you, right? But they are inside of you specifically. So if your spirit is in a certain state, it will influence the smaller spirit's states. And that's basically when you are doing a collective reading. You're not reading every spirit, you are reading the big one spirit that we are followed here, where we are living in right now, trying to expand it. Alright? That's what we are doing, right? And I do not channel that spirit. I channel my spirit because my spirit has been growing a lot, so it is perhaps even bigger in awareness than the spirit that I am living in right now, right? But physically or mentally, because to a spirit your mind is very physical, very dense, you have to create something that is better, but that also can maintain itself for a longer time. It's not just, oh, you have to build better mentalities. No, you have to build better and more consistent mentalities. And the being that we live in right now, it's really good in building with consistency. Shit that takes forever to disappear. And that's why you can get rid of toxic waste. That's why one of the main problems, quote unquote, of humanity is the trash crisis, or the energy crisis, or the pollution crisis. Okay? That's a consequence of the spiritual state of the spirit that we live in right now. Okay? And that's why governments, real governments, govern your mind. Mente in Portuguese and Latin is mind, mente, mind, and also mentir. Mentir, the verb mente means lying. Ele mente, he's lying. Mente, ele mente, ela mente, she is lying. Okay? Because your mind lies to you, telling you it's the spirit, but it's not. Alright? But other than that, the spirit that we live in right now creates shit that takes too long to disappear. Okay? And that's why governments also rule for so long, because the impact, that the forms that they create also take a long time to disappear. That's why in the Bible you can hear or you can read that a man or a woman lived for 600 years. That's not a real person, that's a way of thinking, or a way of feeling, a way of attracting and manifesting or taking care of business, that put other spirits under that mind or under that feeling. So they worked, they did their business, they lived, they experienced under that. That's a government, alright? He lies, says Daria. Welcome, Daria, welcome to the live stream. Go ahead and check Daria's links in the description down below using the LinkTree application link fortification. Now that was just to rhyme a little bit. But let's do a 3-card reading of the spirit that we are all living in at the moment, aka a collective reading. And first card, 8 of Swords. This means you are either stuck in a mental loop, or you have find mental support, mental stability, a mental safe harbor. Okay? And the thing is, air is the most scattered element, right? It's the most scattered element. Air, the most thin, the most want to detach, want to run away. Sages also want to run away a lot, but that's different. Ain't no lies on this channel, that's true, because stars don't lie. You know why? Go check my video, Stars Don't Lie, here on the channel. So, because air is the most scattered element, the 8 of swords, when you turn the number 8 around, it's the infinity number. So that means consistency, or you being stuck, or you being caught in a loop. But because air is the most scattered, that 8 energy is actually good, because it brings consistency, it brings experience, it brings wisdom, it brings focus to an energy that usually is scattered. Not when you have an Aquarius stellium like me, that's very fixed air. So, 8 of Swords, like I said, you are stuck in a mental loop, or you have more mental experience, or more mental or relation connective ships support. Alright? Or there is something outside in the world, or somebody that you can't rest your mind. You're always coming back to the same mental spot, and it's slowly but surely burning your mind. And that's why you start to lose some hair as well. You know what I'm saying? So let's go for the second card of the day. Oh, nice. Cardinal Fire, King of Wands. We can create new, powerful, and authoritarian ways to see and feel about ourselves, and consequently, that leads to new, powerful ways to express ourselves and act in the world, perforating, going through the world, passing through. You know what I'm saying? Cardinal Fire, King of Wands. So, that means if you can create new feelings, if you can create new visions, that means you can help others do that as well. So you got great spiritual support, great creative and sentimental, not emotional, sentimental support to give to yourself and others. Make sure you are choosing the right people, places, and things to give your great spiritual support to. Okay, and in the bottom of the deck, that was the 5 of Pentacles. So what's going to give you the base, what's going to give you the structure for this, is something that you were already, a circumstance, a project, a scenario of stability and security that you were already connected and attached to it. Bring something new in those areas. Okay, some scatteredness in the end of the day, in the end of the spiritual journey, but it's fine. Moon in Pisces, 80% scatteredness, cardinal season, 50% scatteredness, starting of a cardinal season, a lot of scatteredness, because we are early degrees Capricorn, only 7 degrees right now, barely finishing the first decade. It's okay, we are new learners, we might commit some mistakes, and it's not we have to distinguish, to learn, to gain wisdom and knowledge. Yeah, he lies means the light lies. He-man, human means light. He means a lighter light. Hue means a lower light. So you means it's a lot of lights, so it's hard for your spirit to see clearly or to even get out of that. He-man, it means it's like when you see one strong light, it can blind you. One strong light blind you as much as the most darkness. It's all light. Light, but not as in weight, as your spirit should be. Light as a feather. And that's the whole allegory of the Egyptian passing away, trying to explain the process of passing away. If your heart, which is way more powerful than your brain, it's actually a brain, but it processes different types of stimulus and thoughts, it processes different types of impulses, right? If it's not light enough, and it's not about, oh, I did good, I did bad, it's about, it was fulfilled. Are you carrying stuff that you shouldn't be carrying? Are you expanding? Are you wanting to go to a lighter space? If it's not, you ain't no going anywhere, you're going straight back. So, third card of the day, Mercury day in Capricorn, Sun in Capricorn, and Moon in Pisces. Let's go. Nine of Pentacles. An opportunity or the event to elevate your physical status, reputation, way to be organized, efficient, profitable, safe, secure, and private in your life. Yeah, that makes sense. You were stuck. This is one possible storyline. You were stuck in a mental loop. You created a new vision of yourself, so you break out of the mental loop, and now you can elevate your physical circumstance. Boom! Pretty simple, right? Let's move on. Oh, first, Dragon Oracle card. Let's go. Green Dragon, okay? Enjoy, relax, recognize your value, recognize the value on your circumstances, and recognize the value of other peoples and spirits that are in the same circumstances as you. Recognize your value, their value, and be open to connect. You don't need to connect, but be open to. All right? Green Dragon helps you tune in to the secrets of nature. And when it says nature, it's talking about you, your organs, your body fluids, and how you created them. Because creating blood for you is natural. If you think about it, you are doing it every day, every second, creating new blood out of those bones. Out of those bones. Receive answers and guidance from nature. Align with your divine essence. But that's also why we shouldn't go back to nature. Because the spirits in nature, or what we call nature, we have already done and expanded and created what they are creating. So if we go back to nature, we are actually losing certain spiritual abilities that we have acquired by coming out of nature. That's the same thing like you are in the 6th, 5th, and 4th dimension, and you were saying, let's go back to the 3rd dimension. No. No. Right? No. Analyze on this channel. No, no, no. That's true. That's true. Analyze here. Alright, so today is Mercury Day, so we're gonna do an astro reading talking about Mercury, and we're gonna do an astro reading talking about the moon as well. Other than that, there was any big changes to our sky rotation? I think Mercury will be in retrograde, is not yet, but I think it will be. Jupiter is direct, so you can start to have some new unexpected experiences that makes you deal with something that you were holding on or coming back to. That's very interesting actually. But nope, I don't see anything particularly different right now. So, let's get started. Mercury in Capricorn, conjuncting Venus in Capricorn, thinking, communicating, and analyzing in new practical ways your new practical relationships, compromising, pleasure, and enjoyment. Because if you think about it, when you are really enjoying something, you are compromising with that thing. If you lose it, or if it doesn't feel good or as good, or if you can't have it again, you might get mad, you might feel sad, you might feel perturbed, right? Just an example. Mercury in Capricorn conjuncting the Sun in Capricorn, thinking, communicating, and analyzing new practical actions, new practical limits and boundaries, and applying those to your mind, conversations, and relationships, because Venus is also in there, all together, all smashed together in Capricorn. So we are creating a lot of new, real, practical realities in our mind, in our relationships, and in our actions and how we see ourselves and others. Then Mercury in Capricorn, misunderstanding Mars in Gemini. Mars still in retrograde for a long time. Let's go, boy. Move along, move along. So misunderstanding how we are thinking and communicating, and misunderstanding how others are thinking and communicating about how we express, associate, share, and communicate our passions, motivations, angers, and frustrations in light, distant, logical, intelligent, sometimes gossipy, and joker-like ways, because we are thinking in a more practical way, and somebody else might be talking too lightly, but talking some light shit about your process, about your building, and you taking that shit serious right now. They might not even intend to hurt you, because they are talking about the thing, they're not talking about you. And as a greater spirit, if you are, you have to understand that many times even you don't be attacking somebody else, you attacking the thing they are attached to. You know what I'm saying? Mercury in Capricorn, squaring Jupiter in Aries, learning how to process, analyze, and communicate our spiritual, individual, very sentimental and intentional experiences, wisdom, knowledge, and travels in a more realistic, practical, and profitable way. Because that's what many Aries suffer from. They experience a lot, but it actually doesn't work for them. It actually do not build anything that can support them. So that's what we're learning right now. Or thinking on the other side of the learning lesson, acting before thinking, and then being responsible enough to think in the right way without being too harsh to yourself. Alright? Mercury in Capricorn, fatal attracting Saturn in Aquarius, thinking and communicating in new but more restricted, limited, real ways about your physical and mental unique, rebel, and different associations, ways to think, communicate, and analyze in a realistic, unique way, and also thinking a bit more internal, a bit more private, a bit more insecure about your uniqueness and fixed way to express your limits and boundaries. On the other side, okay, Saturn in Aquarius, fatal attracting Mercury in Capricorn, thinking with more commitment about your social, unique builds and associations. Mercury in Capricorn, trining Uranus in Taurus, a gift to think in new ways that make sense, align in terms of profit, security, and stability with new changes or new events that was already going on that change how you get a fixed sense of security, stability, and profit in your life. I always like to give this example like Uranus in Taurus is like they invent a new machine that can harvest wheat super fast so the price of wheat goes down. Something like that. Okay? Or a political event, an agenda makes the food prices more expensive. That's a new change, but that's not a unique change. That's a change that you should not be using this gift to think in new, creative ways about that. You shouldn't. You should be thinking in new creative ways how to use that new tractor to make your agriculture go even harder. You know what I'm saying? Focus on the right business, on the right profit for you. Mercury in Capricorn, sextiling Neptune in Pisces, an opportunity to bring to your mind and others' minds via new realistic ways your deep and theirs deep dreams, deep illusions, and deep subconscious patterns. And I always like to give this example. What is a subconscious pattern? For example, a generational curse. Something that your grandmother did, that your mother did, that you might be doing right now, and you might need to break that cycle and stop manifesting that shit. Mercury in Capricorn, sextiling Neptune in Pisces is a great way. You just be like, hey, you know what? You create a new real way to think about a generational curse and be like, fuck that shit. That ain't working for me, and it never was. Mercury in Capricorn conjuncting Pluto, transforming your mind, transforming your conversations, transforming how you see the world, because the sun is also there. But in this case, they will share here a little bit, because when you speak about something, you always use your visions or what you feel or your principles or your morality or your, you know, when you are, oh, I think that this and that and third, you know. So if your mind, if how you communicate your visions was transformed, at least a part of your visions had to be transformed as well. Moving on to the moon, we didn't say Mercury in Capricorn sextiling the moon in Pisces, an opportunity to communicate more clearly and with better limits and boundaries about your deep needs, spiritual security system, and super heightened exponential creative abilities. Then, Moon in Pisces, sextiling the Sun, Venus, Pluto, and Mercury, BS sextile over there, but with the Sun is an opportunity to bring new practical actions to your dreams and illusions. Venus in Capricorn, an opportunity, because Venus is exalted in Pisces, remember that, an opportunity to create new physical, serious relationships out of your dreams and illusions. Mercury, you already said that. Pluto will be later on. Moon in Pisces, squaring Mars in Gemini, learning how to passionately or frustratedly communicate your dreams and spirituality, but in a lighter, more detached, less personal, less attached way. Moon in Pisces, fatal attracting Jupiter in Aries, expanding in a more external but still powerful and intentional way, or traveling using your dreams as a fuel, but you travel into real experiences that makes you be or see yourself as a unique and powerful individual. Moon in Pisces, fatal attracting Saturn in Aquarius, feeling more connective, feeling more dreamy, feeling more emotional, and feeling more spiritual about your real associations or about your unique way to build and see the world, yourself, and others in it. Hi Unai, welcome very much to the live stream. Your support is greatly appreciated. We're almost in the end, but you can always go and look it back. That's one thing that if Twitch wants to compete with YouTube, they gotta do. Or at least give you the option to have your live streams. Because there is a reason why I stream a lot of Age of Empires and Pokemon on Twitch. Because I'm grinding, I'm training. I don't want that to be recorded, right? Because it's just like I was playing alone, but actually I'm making something out of it, creating attention, creating content. But I don't want that to be in the site forever, like me. Like imagine when I become a real good player, and I have to look back at me playing a fucked up match in gold rank in Age of Empires. No, that doesn't make sense. Now if I make a video about the experience of a gold, that's different. The experience of a gold ranker, that's different. You know what I'm saying? But Moon in Pisces, sextiling Uranus in Taurus, an opportunity to feel more comfortable and, on the negative side, to get more attached or to get into an illusion about or with or around new, unique changes in your life or in the world that affect our fixed way to have security, structure, stability, profit, and love, aka receive a lot of shit in our life. Moon in Pisces conjuncting Neptune, feeling a lot about your subconscious, reflecting a lot your subconscious patterns, attracting shit that resonates with your subconscious pattern. So guess what? If you have a lot of generational curses, you might be attracting a lot of people that behave like that share those or similar things with you. By the way, guys, help me buy a new mic. This mic is still good, but the cable is all fucked up, and the entrance to the cable is the reason. So really need a new one, but help me. It's always more fun when people help out, when a lot of people come together to help me buy a certain thing. It's always more juicy, and that's how the universe likes it. One or two or three spirits being like, hey, this, that, and the others around, yeah. And then they build up, because that's how we create the world. That's how we created the fucking universe. Everybody coming together. Yay. Big ass explosion. That's why I say as well, science most times it's not even wrong. They are incomplete because they might be right about the Big Bang. I'm not sure about the names they give it and such. But where they are clearly wrong is they saying there was one Big Bang. There was one Big Bang that created everything. No, that's not true. There was, and there still is, in different scales, many Big Bangs. When you have a new idea, when you imagine about something that you never imagined before, that's a Big Bang. There was nothing. Boom, now that's everything. Literally, bro. Literally. There was nothing before the Big Bang, just space, right? Because the Big Bang happened somewhere. That's actually I would like to really speak, not debate, not like fight, speak with a scientist, a real one, and be like, so, the Big Bang happened, right? But where though? Because if the Big Bang happened, it happened somewhere. It's you know what I'm saying? So that space was there before the Big Bang. That's actually very exciting. That's a very exciting notion. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, Moon in Pisces, let's go. Let's focus. This is a good example of Moon in Pisces conjuncting Neptune. Really connecting to some deep spiritual wisdom. And I always say that I never heard anybody saying this, but scientists, they are spiritual people, right? They got lost into the left brain. That's true. But they are spiritual people. Especially this, I'm not talking about the scientists that study like some stupid shit like how many times a person rides the train in a like those type of studies, or is coffee bad for no, that's stupid. But people that are studying the existential purposes, existential resources, they are spiritual people. And they're actually doing what everybody in this realm is trying to do right now, because we know that the spirit creates everything. But we don't know every little step, we don't know every process of it. And we are trying to be aware of it. We are trying to explain to ourselves how we create everything out of nothing. But scientists got stuck, bro. Scientists got stuck in something that is called infinite regrets, because it's like, what makes this card? Particles. What makes particles? Atoms. What makes atoms? Neutrons, protons, electrons. What make those? Quarks. What make those? Gluons. What make those? This and that. What makes those? God particle. What make the God particle? Devil particle. I'm making up. What made the devil particle? The space particle. What made the space particle? Spirit particle. What made the spirit particle? God's breath. What made God's breath? God's image. What made God's image? God. So what made God? I don't know. You see, it's always an infinite loop. Always, because it's not something created something. It's no thing, no shape and form created something. It's not, oh, something created something and that something was created by another something. No. No thing, no shape and form created something. So, Moon in Pisces, sextiling Pluto in Capricorn, a great opportunity to heal, share, connect, and liberate yourself from deep, realistic, upholding your limits and boundaries, traumatic experiences, or taboos. And that's it. That's all for every day, guys. Tomorrow we'll be back because the moon will be in Aries and we'll be talking about that as well. Remember to support me and my beautiful partner with likes, with views, with donations, asking for our services, share your stuff, because if you want a better world, you gotta support better people. Those celebrities that don't give a fuck about you. And you know, just to comment on that, for me to be lighter, I really hate, especially when I see people that call themselves SoulGroup. I really hate, and when I say hate, I mean it. I have Martin Lee, like I hate things like this when normally people need to go through this in order to hate them. But that's another video. So I really hate when people that, especially when they call themselves SoulGroup, they post this advice that the celebrity gave, right? Bro, celebrity doesn't know shit. Celebrity still in toxic relationships. Celebrity still being managed. Celebrity can't say what they think. Celebrity most likely didn't go through some real shit. Oh, but they grew up in the poor neighborhood. So what? Because you have to think about it. And that's what most people don't do. You are quoting a celebrity because they are successful. How did they reach that success? In a unique way? In an individual way? In God's way? No! They signed a fucking contract. They were waiting for somebody to sign them. And now they were put in certain places. They were put through certain doors. They can't even speak what they really think. Do you think that person knows anything worthwhile your time and your power and your spirit? Do you think Nicki Minaj could make you successful? Do you think she could coach you to be successful? No, because she doesn't know. She don't know how she gets there. She put it on God. Oh, God, help me, bro. Call that boy. Make him make me a millionaire right now. They don't know how to do it because they were placed in that situation. They didn't reach that situation. Somebody pick them up and throw them. So they don't know step by step what you gotta do to be really successful. And successful is not having a lot of money. No, because if Nicki Minaj stops shaking her ass, if Nicki Minaj stops being a fucking puppet, there is no money, there is no power, there is no influence. So they cannot turn back. They cannot turn back. Like Mr. Beast, he needs to make crazier and crazier and crazier videos. If he stops, the money stops. So he is not truly successful. Like me. Imagine this channel grows 10 million subscribers. I cannot stop being myself. It's impossible. So there will not ever be the fear of me stop doing what I'm doing and then I lose the money. No, because I'm being myself. I cannot not be myself. So there is no way back. There is no regret, literally. When they say, oh, you can't look back, it's not a bad thing. It's literally because you didn't went and got lost somewhere. You're still you. You cannot be you. You cannot not be you. You know? Support real motherfucking individuals. The scientists struggle with acknowledging that everything comes from nothing. They don't want. You know why? Because the ego. Because they spend so many time studying, and especially when they were a child, especially when they went to college. That's when they hate themselves the most, because shit's so simple and they wasted the best time, what they think is the best time of their life. They wasted it, but it's okay, because you can't study nothing with a micro. That's true. You can't study nothing with a microscope. And you know what? You know what's the most funny shit? They be studying gluons that they can't see with a microscope, and then be like, oh, science is about facts. But believe in the science, believe, which is a keyword for religion, but believe in the science. But hey, you are made by these particles. Can you see those particles? No, but I know they're there. But that's a fucking same argument as religious people. Can you see God? No, but I believe it's there. Can you see gluons? No, but I believe it's there. What the fuck? That's religious. That's religion, bro. That's religion. They can see it with a microscope. They can measure. They can't measure it. They can measure its influences. But that influence can be made by a fart of a microscopical animal. I don't know. So I can't rely on that information. It's not even logical at this point. It's irrational. It's religious. Science, or not science in general, but a part of science is neo-religion. Neo-religion. Because they're not saying, here, you have this fact. Now you think about it, and then you do what you think is right for you. No. They be like, believe in the science. Last time I checked, that's how motherfuckers conquered the world 2,000 years ago. Believe in our God. Hold up. They don't believe in our God. Kill them! Take their land! Take their houses! Take their wives! Because they don't believe in my God. What happened last year? They don't believe in the science. Take them! Stop them! Jail them! Monitor them! They don't believe in my God. It was fucking religion. It was fucking religion. And makes me a little bit sad, people my age, but Dolo made this post saying that Aquarius always gets rocked to sleep by friends and family. It's more like Aquarius rock themselves to sleep about friends and family, because I thought my friends were way smarter than what they actually are. One of them was like, oh, I read this big book, so I'm more intelligent. Bitch, I don't need no books, and I know way more than you. I know science, and I know things beyond science. I know my chemistry, I know my neuroscience, I even know some quantum physics. Some, not much, but I know some. Okay? I know especially biology, geology, bro. I got those names right. I got all those names right, you know what I'm saying? So by default, by accordance to the magic square, I'm smarter, bitch. Always was. And it was a problem. They always criticized me. You act like you smarter than everybody. Then, the moment I start speaking about astrology, I ain't no smarter anymore. Come on. My whole life, these bitches saying, oh, you too smart. We can't connect with you. You think you better than somebody else. The moment I start speaking about astrology, they treat me like I'm dumb. Ain't that a fucking contradiction? They get mad because I make them walk on eggshells. The moment I start to talk about spirituality, that doesn't make sense. You are not smart. Bro, you were just criticizing me for being too smart. What the fuck? Make some goddamn sense, bitch. Bro, because these guys really leave me mad, because they make no sense. They are walking contradictions. They were like, we hate violence, but we support the war on Ukraine. What the fuck? What the fuck? We hate violence. People are too violent. Mankind is too violent. Go war on Ukraine. Kill them all. What the... Bro, do you listen to yourselves? Do you listen? No. You don't fucking listen to yourself. Stop listening to people on the internet and listen to your fucking self. You talking some shit. I hate war. I hate violence. Go war on Ukraine. What the fuck? What? And I was talking about chakras, and I wasn't talking about chakras. I was talking about how people back in the day talked about chakras, and how a team of scientists made a special MRI or something like that, like a scan to your electromagnetic field, and they put people listening and practicing to mantras, and those mantras raised the electromagnetic power of certain parts of the body. And me and my beautiful partner, we showed that to one of my friends, a science paper. It wasn't a book from 2000 years ago. It wasn't me saying that. It was a article, a science article. We showed it to him, and he said that the chakras was a neo-religion. Boy, he's wrong in many terms. First, even if he was right, it wasn't a fucking neo-religion. It was a past religion. People believe in that shit. People practiced that shit 2000 years ago. So it's not neo, it's old. Okay? Then, it's not a religion. It's fucking true. It's fucking true. The chakras, energy points. Okay? Why do you create a heart and you don't create other stuff? Because if we didn't have specific chakras, you could have a stomach where your heart has. Why everybody has the heart in the same space? Why everybody has the brain in the same space? Why everybody has the liver in the same space? If we didn't have chakras, your liver could be in the head, or on your hands, or on your feet. Chakras are like fixed points where your spirit spent a lot of time and created specific shit out of specific states. brain in the head, heart in the chest, stomach in the belly. If you don't believe in chakras, why don't I have a stomach in my back and you have a stomach on your feet? Because there is certain rules, there is certain systems to shit. It's not random. It's not a particle met another particle and that, no. If like, because you have people out there, they think the universe is random. Bro, if the universe is random, why do they have 3 arms and you have 4? If there is no reason, if there is no spirit, why is your nose not on your butt? Why everybody has the nose in the face? There is patterns, there is systems, there is reasoning behind this shit. And no scientist can explain that. Oh, it's the genes. But why? Who told the genes to do like that? Who told my father to pass me brown hair genes? Who? That shit doesn't work like that. Oh, it's the genes. It's genetics. No. Why does the genes carry that information? And why do I manifest that information? Like, you can go read something online, you don't believe it immediately. You have a choice. So genetical information, that's not immediate. You have a choice to manifest that. You know what I'm saying? But enough fucking rambling. It's not rambling, some real shit. There is great shorts to be made out of here, but I was talking about supporting me and my beautiful partner. Celebrities. No, Big Bang celebrities, they don't know shit, so stopping posting advice from celebrities. Then it was scientists. No, then Daria talked about scientists and I went there. So I was talking about the celebrities and they don't know shit, and because they were put in that situation, they didn't went and got into that situation themselves. And that you need to support me and my beautiful partner and people like me and her, because if you don't, the world is not going to change. No. And actually, just like a cool example, like, I don't follow Andrew Tate, but he said something right. When people received the stimulus check in United States, they just made the rich richer because they went and buy shoes, they went and invested in the stock market. For an example, who owns the companies that make shoes? Rich people. Who owns the company that participates, the companies that participates in the stock market? Rich people. So the poor people received a whole bunch of money and they gave it straight away to rich people, instead of building their own fucking shit. And that's what I'm doing. So if you want to change the world, support me and my beautiful partner. And that's all I have for today. Thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. Feel free to donate, and I see you soon.